what's up everyone, Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be going over some key things to stay away from when it comes to running the 40, and we'll start the video right now.
This is the newest edition of the Performance Lab.
Reach your individual goals. You don't want to just talk about straight line speed. We also want to talk about your ability to be quick. We break down your video. Let's make you into the quarterback I know you can become.
All right, so we're going to be using a team that I work with as an example here, and the main thing that we want to be able to understand when we're going through the 40 start is yeah, there's a lot of things that we talked about in videos about, you know, what you could do with the first 4 steps, first 7 steps, how much yards you should be able to get. But, you know, when you go into that type of mentality, right, you start to think about those types of things, there's some also critical things that end up kind of passing you by when you're going and first going through the start, and even as you're getting into your top end speed. Today we're going to go mostly into the start because I just see so many athletes that make mistakes in those first 10 yards, and you know, it's only 4 seconds or 5 seconds when you're running the 40. So those small little things make a big difference. There's guys that we see that are, you know, amongst the fastest kids on the team that are running 4.7, 4.8, where they definitely should be closer to 4.6, 4.5 if they're just able to get some better understanding of the key technical parts of the run. So we're going to go ahead and go over those here. So this is going to be an example. You can see on the left, this is an athlete that we've gone and utilized a few times in the videos and the position that he's in, right? So we do want to make sure, and I know a lot of you guys, if you're watching this video, you already know that, you know, you can see this, right, and already know what he's doing wrong, right, with the head position, things like that. You can tell he has like a little bit more of a track background, and we're not getting too much into that as much as the head popping up. Right? This is something that I see a ton, is like the head is coming up. When you're first going, we want to be able to stay patient. Keep your chin tucked. Don't get in a hurry to get your head up, right? If anything, stay very patient as much as you can. Keep that chin tucked. You want to get your hips through, right? We talk a lot about getting your hips through, getting the lower body through, but we do not want to be in a hurry to get our chin up into the air. Okay, this is another one. Okay, so let's just say number 1, right? That was number 1. We can make this into we'll change it up the titles here. 5 key things we want to stay away from when we're running the 40. So second one here is don't overreach. I know we talk about these steps, right? We're going in, and in order to get 4 yards in 5 steps, it's about horizontal force production into the ground. So that means we got to be hitting the ground and pulling that foot back underneath. Okay, we don't want to be overreaching. See how as soon as this foot comes, we want to be going and getting right back into the ground. We don't want to get too caught up and getting our foot way up in the air and spending a ton of time really trying to get our legs out in front, because what that's going to do is it's going to make it so your time off the ground, your transition time, starts to get up really, really high. Okay, you can get away with that a little bit if you are a taller athlete, but if you're 5'9", 5'10", and you're really trying to reach out, that's not what it is. It's about horizontal force production. So how you're striking the ground. Strike the ground on the front third of the foot and make sure you're getting those hips through to make it so then you can get to the 4 yards within the 5 steps, the 7 within the 10 steps. So that's number 2 key thing to stay away from here. Number 3 is when we're talking about the hands, we want to make sure that we're getting our hands straight back, right? Pinky straight back, thumb up, pinky back, thumb up, pinky back, thumb up, and just doing that as fast as you possibly can. So, you know, it should almost just look like this. Boom, 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 right? And so we shouldn't be going side to side, right? Like this is the athlete I'm really talking about here, where it's like this dude should be running at least in the 4.6s, and he's running like 4.8, 4.7. Okay, we haven't gotten into the speed stuff yet, so you know we'll be able to start cleaning this up. But look at how much side to side he's going, right? And his body goes side to side, his arms go side to side. So look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in 4 yards, 6, 7, 8. Right? Some people say, oh, you shouldn't go so much into the steps, and it's too much to be able to do. But it's like, look, I think it simplifies it, right? Because if you're not thinking about that, then that's when these types of things happen. You go and you spend a bunch of time going to side instead of optimizing and being efficient and being able to get your hips through and being able to pick up good distance per step. If you're going too much side to side, you're wasting energy, you're wasting time. Every time your foot hits the ground, every time your foot comes off the ground until when it hits the ground again, that is precious hundreds of seconds, tenths of seconds that you're just not going to be able to make up unless you have just like an incredible elite level of speed. And so we have to understand how to be able to utilize that so we can run faster. Okay, let's see this one here. Oh, that was the one I was just at. We did those ones. Okay, let me go. There's a couple other ones that I wanted to go and take a look at as well. All right, so this is going to be the fourth thing that we want to stay away from. The main thing that I would say as we're doing this, or before we get into this one, let's just say if you like the information, click the thumbs up, subscribe, like the video, comment, all that type of good stuff. But the main thing with this is when our foot's hitting the ground, we want to be able to pull our foot back underneath. We don't want to be hitting the ground with our foot coming straight down into the ground. Okay, so we need to be able to work on the range of motion within the feet and the push-off angle to make it so our foot is hitting the ground, pulling back, and not hitting right back down to the ground. This is a not bad first couple steps, right? There's definitely a little bit of overreach, but you can just see that he's just not picking up any distance per step because as the foot comes through, he strikes right down into the ground. Okay, and then the last one that I'll just say is, the fifth one is going to be as we're getting through here, again, we want to be very, very consistent at being able to get the leg cycle through. So as we're getting into 10, 15 yards, you're starting to build speed. Again, don't be in a big hurry to get your chin up and really open up there. Make it so you're really focusing on turning the legs over. Slowly lift up with your head. Slowly lift up through the spine. We don't want to be in a big hurry and trying to get our head up. Okay, slowly get yourself up. Really focus on turning over within the legs. Slowly start to be able to rise within the spine. And then once you get to those last few steps, now we're really trying to be able to gain ground while maintaining that fast leg cycle. Land on the front third of your foot, right? So we're almost chasing ourselves. You should feel yourself like chasing, trying to get as much onto the front third of your foot as you can and get your hips through the best that you can to be able to run as fast as possible. As always, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, click that thumbs up again, subscribe, check out some of the things in the description. I'm actually about to hop on a plane right now, so I'm a little bit late. I'm going to go and cut this short a little bit quickly, but yeah, check out some of the descriptions. Thanks for watching the video. We'll talk to you soon.